Good Tuesday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, your source for weather information for the northern mid-Atlantic 24 hours a day. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the video forecast analysis discussion for this Tuesday, the 4th of March, 2014. It's another cold morning across the region this morning. In fact, it's very, very cold this morning. We've got temperatures either side of zero and in the single digits across northwestern New Jersey. We have some temperatures below zero too this morning across interior sections of Sussex County and the Poconos region, also the lower Hudson Valley area and into interior Connecticut. Our temperatures are in the single digits to low teens on the South Shore and east ends of Connecticut there, and also temperatures in the New Jersey, New York City metro area in the single digits to teens, especially around Newark where it's 12 this morning, out on Long Island as well at Farmingdale at 12, Islip 13. It's a cold morning just about everywhere. The winds are light and mostly from the northwest at speeds less than 10 knots. Temperatures here in the single digits across southeastern Pennsylvania. Central New Jersey has some readings this morning in the single digits as well, and the air mass is just bone dry. We do have some mid and upper level cirrus clouds across the region as well. We have some cirrus clouds across the region this morning. They're not really obscuring the sky too much. They're scattered about at about 20 to 25,000 feet. We have some small craft advisories along the Delaware region here. The Atlantic coastal waters of Delaware and southern New Jersey, winds north at 10 to 15 knots, gust up to 25 knots, seas 3 to 6 feet. Some freezing light spray across the waters this morning, and we're expecting seas to be 5 feet or greater anticipated across the morning hours. And that takes care of that. Those are the only advisories. We don't have anything going on for the land. And across portions of the Poconos and north central Pennsylvania, we have wind chill advisories this morning, which will be expiring as well. A jet core moving across the region this morning with some high cirrus clouds. Nothing of major consequence, a little bit of icing or warming in those clouds as well as the jet streak makes its way across the Pennsylvania, New Jersey metropolitan area. Absolutely nothing going on the radar, and we like that. Any precipitation is well out towards the Great Lakes, and that will be a little system that will be moving into southeastern Canada, and that will skirt across our region during the day on Wednesday late. Morning surface map from weatherroanoke.com. A digital atmosphere software shows the high pressure ridge building in across the Ohio and Pennsylvania border here, basically right on top of us during today with lots of subsidence and dry air in the mid and lower levels of the atmosphere. Plenty of sunshine, but it's going to be a cold, cold day with light winds. Basically, our system here, a little disturbance here across the Great Lakes, will scoot to the north and east and will be unaffecting our region throughout the next 24 hours. Meanwhile, we have a little system here in the Gulf of Mexico and the southeastern states, and this will drive to the east and remain to our south and east over the next 24 to 48 hours. Another system will be coming up the coast just offshore the Delmarva region, probably during the night on Thursday. We could have a little system, a little bit of moisture back through the Delmarva region, but not really anticipating any major storm systems here over the New Jersey, New York, Philadelphia metro area in the next 72 hours. And it's a calm morning on the aviational weather deck this morning. Temperatures right now at Newark is 13. The wind chill is not being reported because the wind is very light at about the north at about 10 miles an hour. They have some broken ceilings at 28,000, some scattered clouds at 22,000. A nice day though overall. Some broken ceilings this morning at 25,000 with the jet streak moving through. And then from later this morning right through this evening, just a few broken clouds at the mid and high level variety. Visibility is better than 10 miles and a light and variable wind. VFR conditions, and that's good too. Newark International this morning 12 degrees. The wind chill makes it feel like it's 4 degrees below zero this morning. The wind is out of the northeast at 14 knots. And we just lost that overcast conditions. Some broken ceilings at 25,000. Some broken ceilings this morning. And then from later this morning into the afternoon, just a few scattered clouds about. Some broken ceilings as well in the high and level mid variety. Visibility is better than 10 knots and the wind's variable, all speeds less than 10 knots. And then from late tonight through tomorrow morning, again, just a few scattered to broken clouds. Visibility is better than 10 miles under that high pressure dome. And the winds all out of variable in direction at less than 10 knots. Basically VFR flying conditions. Pretty cold week on the way indeed for the first full week of March. This is the NAM reflectivity and cloud forecast. Precipitation for the forecast period going ahead up to the next 60 hours or so from the Penn State eWall site. Just a few scattered high clouds around the region during today. Nothing really bad to obscure the sky. By the time we get into the afternoon hours, a system off the coastline staying to our south and east. Not anticipating any major weather going on here. Maybe just some broken to high scattered cloud cover late tonight into early tomorrow morning as the system and cold front approach from the northwest. Here's another system developing off the coast. This is the one for late Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night, and Wednesday. That stays offshore, and just a few scattered clouds around the region, mostly mainly to the north as the front approaches from the northwest. Front comes through and just a reinforcing shot of some cold air, some scattered clouds around the region. Less clouds to the south with the storm system departing a north to northeast wind later on Tuesday afternoon, rather on Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Front comes through, could be some spokes of light moisture here. Really nothing beyond 30% chance pops across the region. And then some scattered clouds and just a cold air mass building in for the day on Thursday and Thursday afternoon, with the offshore system bringing a few more clouds to the southern regions and generally clear skies across the north. Now, temperatures, that's going to be a problem today. Probably not getting out of the 20s. We'll probably get into the lower 30s in many spots on Wednesday afternoon, dropping back down on Wednesday night and Thursday as the cold air just continues to funnel in from the northern stream. GFS into motion now. High pressure across the region today. Cold air mass in place. Here's our little disturbance here across the Great Lakes, scooting through, and generally fair weather throughout the region. Notice how the high pressure ridge here is situated over the St. Lawrence River Valley, southeastern Canada, Quebec, and in the northern Great Lakes. It's going to funnel in a northeast wind, help to detract this storm system or deflect this storm system developing in the Gulf, jumping the coast to the Carolinas, and then mainly offshore during Wednesday morning. And it's a secondary low here in the Gulf of Mexico that will shoot up and off the coastline. That could be a little bit stronger here. We're going to have a northeast wind, just cold, dry conditions across the region during Wednesday afternoon. A few scattered clouds, not out of the question, especially central and south, as this wave of low pressure begins to weaken and move off the Carolina coast. Here's our second wave of low pressure moving in during the day on Thursday morning, and as seen here in the Gulf, and a little bit of an inverted trough here. High pressure still in control, a 1040 millibar high over Quebec and southeastern Canada, ridging all the way down with cold air damming in place over the mountains here of the Appalachians on Thursday morning. So it's a cold day nonetheless, but this storm system here in the Gulf moving out towards and offshore the Carolina coast, staying to our south and east. There could be more clouds, brisk winds, onshore flow across the coastal waters. We're going to monitor this. Maybe we'll need some small craft advisories in effect for the coastal waters from central and southern Jersey down through the Delmarva on Thursday late and early Friday morning. System looks like it's going to remain offshore with high pressure still holding cold air damming situation in place. The pattern is still very progressive. Here comes our next weather system on Saturday. Generally dry conditions, the system passing to our north with a weak cold front moving through the region. Now this system here in the mid-plains, a split flow pattern once again. Isentropic lift gets involved, and by Sunday, an area of low pressure now breaking away from this, moving towards the New Jersey, New York City metropolitan area. Could see some light rain beginning as light snow on Sunday morning, probably transitioning over to light rain, a 30% chance at this time as the weak system moves to the north and east, and then high pressure follows in for the early part of next week. And the 8 to 10 day 500 millibar mean from the European model, the GFS, and the Canadian, all showing basically the same kind of thing. We've still got low pressure here in the Gulf of Alaska, varying in intensity and location on all the three of the model runs here. This is the mean, and this would take us right through the 14th of the month. A P&A signature across the west with ridging, and that means the polar vortex here located well out into the east now, away from the region. However, there still remains a basic trough, near zonal to basic trough conditions in the eastern United States, and this is going to keep the atmosphere pretty moving over the next couple of weeks, with disturbances in the southern branch and the cold air and frontal systems approaching from the north and west in the northern branch too. This looks a little bit overdone here on the CMC, but if this were the case, regardless, if we look at this basic scenario, we're looking for generally cooler than average conditions to prevail over the next 2 weeks. So bundle up because it's still winter out there, folks, but it is getting better. Slowly but surely, we should approach near seasonable temperatures, at least for parts of the area during the weekend. But it looks like a continuation of below normal temperatures on average over the next 2 weeks. We'll keep you updated with everything in Twitter and Facebook and live feeds on Garden State Weather and gardenstateweather.blogspot.com. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a good Tuesday. We'll be back bright and early in video form with you on Wednesday.